Hey everyone, how's it going? So we're back with some more Explorer and Pioneer content, and this is another attempt to make Abhorrent Oculus happen. So you may remember we played a Dimir version of this deck, or a Dimir deck with this card in rather, a couple of weeks back. And that was kind of playing the fair version of Oculus, where you basically try and fill up the graveyard and then cast it in the way that it's intended to be cast. But there is another deck doing the rounds, running this card at the moment, which uses Neoform. So this is a 2-mana sorcery that says an additional cost to cast a spell, sacrifice a creature, search your library for a creature card with a mana value equal to 1 plus the sacrificed creature's mana value, then put that card onto the battlefield with an additional +1/+1 counter on it. So the way this deck works is that we essentially try and get into play a sacrificable 2-drop, let's put it that way. So we have Augur of Bolos, Phalagi Archaeologist, Thundertrap Trainer, all of which are fairly insignificant creatures in themselves, but have an ability that means that when they enter the battlefield, we get to search for spells like Neoform, and then use it to sacrifice that creature and turn it into a 6/6 Abhorrent Oculus, essentially just bypassing the exile cards from your graveyard clause of casting this spell. And then we have various ways of protecting the Oculus. So we have Essence Flux, Fading Hope, Stubborn Denial, Tyvar's Stand, just lots of different cards which allow us to protect it from removal. And then we essentially just grind out value from both attacking with it as a powerful 6/6, or just manifesting Dread on each of the opponent's turns. Obviously, the dream is to manifest another Oculus from the top of our library. That won't happen that often, but it always feels great when you do. And yeah, that's kind of how the deck works. It's pretty simple, to be honest. You can play Oculus the fair way. Cards like Phalagi Archaeologist and Satyr Wanefinder will fill up our graveyard. So if we do draw an Oculus, we will fairly often be able to cast it normally. But we do have the kind of the main plan as well, which is to just get it out in a slightly unfair way. So in terms of our protection cards, so we've got Essence Flux, which exiles a creature we control, then returns it to the battlefield. Fading Hope, which is more of a kind of tempo spell to use against the opponent, but can be used on our own Oculus in a pinch to return it to our owner's hand. Stubborn Denial is a good counter spell that counters a non-creature spell, unless its controller pays 1. If we do have Oculus on the battlefield and Ferocious is turned on, then we could just counter that spell instead. Tyvar Stand not only pumps the creature, but gives it hexproof and indestructible, so that's a good finisher as well. And then we've got a couple of other cards. So Traverse the Uvenwald in the early game helps us fix our mana, get the lands that we need, and in the late game can just go and fetch one of our combo pieces or an Oculus. And Bushwhack, a removal spell that's also a searching up land tutor if we need it. Then we aren't running a huge number of lands because this deck essentially taps out at 2 mana, occasionally 3. So we do only have 18 lands. They are, as you'd expect, a fair number of dual lands, a few forests, a couple of islands, an Otawara and a Boseiju. Then in the sideboard, so we got Into the Flood Moor, again, essentially just a tempo card slowing the opponent down. Unable to Scream is a pseudo removal spell that turns any creature that the opponent has into an O2 toy that can't really do anything. Natural State, good artifact or enchantment removal. Tamio Safekeeping, another protection spell if we need it. Ghost Vacuum is our graveyard hate of choice, targeted against the opponent, not hitting our own graveyard. Disdainful Stroke, Negate, and Test of Talents are all, and Mystical Dispute are all counter spells of various kinds, which we can bring in as and when they're required. Paw Patch Formation, which is a card we're seeing a lot more actually in sideboards and in a few main decks. A very versatile removal spell that is never dead because we can just cycle it to create a food token. And then we've got Maze Mind Tome as well, another cheap spell that accrues a lot of value over the game. So yeah, pretty simple deck. You'll find lists of this floating around. It's kind of come out of the woodwork in the last few days. So yeah, excited to give it a go, see how it does, see if we can get a slightly more reliable version of Oculus going, as the Dimir one was a little bit disappointing. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. Like and subscribe if you haven't already, and let's go on to the ladder. We're seeing a lot of Yorians floating around at the moment. So this hand is good enough. It doesn't have the Neoform, but it has cards which can potentially go and fetch it. So I think that's pretty okay. We got an early Stubborn Denial as well if the opponent tries to do anything particularly daring. Like, for example, a Thoughtseize. No? Okay. Okay, Oculus in hand is not always what we want to see, so let's Phalagi Archaeologist here. And we'll take another Stubborn Denial. Yeah, not hugely fussed about them killing that. So I'll get an Augur of Bolos into play. Still no Neoforms to be found, unfortunately. We've got 3 cards in our graveyard. Okay, we can't... sadly cannot remove that. So let's bounce our own Augur of Bolos. Okay, they have Fatal Push. That's fine. I shall simply play another one. Okay, there's Neoform. So we'll pass the turn. Yeah, we'll Essence Flux that and put it back and get it back again. Okay, well they've used up 3 Fatal Pushes here, which I'm kind of fine with. So I could Oculus now and just get that into play. I would like to be able to protect it, but we're not really doing anything else, so... we'll leave behind one of our Augur of Boloses. Tyvar Stand can become a Manifestation of Dread here. Well, that's good, because we now have the ability to protect our creature quite effectively. Okay, we'll grab an Augur of Bolos. Okay. So let's send that back to the opponent's hand. Excellent. So we didn't even need the Neoform there, and we still were able to do our thing. So I think Natural State is pretty good here for getting rid of their Beanstalks. Do I want Mystical Dispute? Probably not. Disdainful Stroke can come in. That's a good early answer for the Overlords that they may well be playing. And I will take out Bushwhack, as I don't think we're going to be fighting many things here. And we'll trim one Fading Hope as well. Yep, this will do. So we again saw the value there of just Oculus, if it sticks around. It's just pure pain. It just generates so much value. Okay, I'm quite chill with my Thunderclaps. Thunder Traps, rather. I do enjoy Thunderclap as much as the next person. So let's get one of these into play. Grab Neoform. Pass the turn. Yes, let's stubborn denial that. Then let's fire up the old Neoform, sack our Thunderclap, grab an Abhorrent Oculus. There you go. Ooh, yay! It happened. Okay, we got the Oculus into Oculus moment. Yeah, to be honest, I'm kind of fine with that. We got what we needed out of our Skyclave Apparition. Well, that's an annoying one. So let's traverse the Uvenwald for a basic land. Turn over our Oculus. Thank you. So there you go. We'll manifest Dread again. Yeah, just take a Botanical Sanctum here. Overlord of the Flood Pits. Sure thing. Yeah, they've got a lot of powerful stuff going on here, so let's bounce their Flood Pits, Overlord. Okay. Thunderclap Trainer. Take another Neoform, which we'll use straight away. Now we got double Oculus triggers. Well, it's all going quite spicily. How do I feel about Beanstalk? I don't think I care that much, to be honest. Overlord of the Mistmoors is a problem. So I'll get 2 flyers out of it, which is enough to keep them alive for a turn. So I'll take the 6 here. And let's destroy Beanstalk. Velagi is not much good at the moment, so we'll get down a Thunderclap. Yeah, another natural state. There's no point turning that over at this moment, so let's just attack with everything. Fire up another Thundertrap Trainer. Grab an Essence Flux. So you go. Okay, let's manifest some more Dread. We are going to just go past them at some point soon. Okay, down comes Sure thing. This being a life-linking creature is kind of annoying. I think they might get away with this one. So we'll chump block their big creatures. So they're going to go to 11 here. 17. Oh, damn, that's got lifelink as well, hasn't it? Blech. Okay, that's a problem. So I need to somehow do them 17 damage, which seems unlikely. Not gonna lie. Flood pits. So I'll Essence Flux our Oculus and make it slightly bigger. Oh no, it's only if it's a spirit. Oh well. So, how much damage can I do them here? Probably not enough, so they'll block and block. Alright, let's take out their Rest in Peace. Play Philagi Archaeologist. Stubborn Denial, that Fatal Push. That's not going to do it, unfortunately, I don't think. Just generating... So if I had an answer for Zur, that would be not too bad. Oh well, we're not out of this yet, so let's just keep going, because we will manifest some more dread. But with Yorion potentially coming down, it's not looking ideal. Do another chump block here. This doesn't have trample, does it? No. They're on 25. That seems pretty unassailable at this point. That's fine. So, what are we going to do about that? So I think we want Mystical Dispute in, actually. I think we do want it. And Bushwhack is a good answer to their Zur, if we have an Oculus. So we'll just put one of those in. What should we take out? Stick in the other Fading Hope as well. Let's take out Essence Flux. One Satyr Wayfinder. Go from there, I think. No. Yep, this is better. So we'll pop back probably Fading Hope here. Yep. Stick a Thunder Trap Trader into play. Take a Stubborn Denial. Yep, that's fine. We have time to durdle a little here, so Augur of Bolos. Swing and a miss. No, well, there are two of our Oculuses anyway. Well, we may as well try and do our thing. It is kind of what we're here to do. Marvellous. Take a land. These Mistmore Overlords are very annoying. Right, well, might as well Augur again. Yeah, I'll just take another Stubborn Denial here, I think. Manifest some more Dread. Another Overlord. Well, at least it's not Zur, I suppose. Tyvar's Stand will come in handy at some point. Send in Oculus. Yeah, let's just clear all of these out the way here. So I'll cast Tyvar's Stand for 0. I think I'm happy to chill. I don't want to tap out at this point, I don't think. Let me see. Ah. Well, okay. So we are running out of time here. So let's send in all of our creatures. I think we're going to have to Neoform our Augur of Bolos. I would like some more land, to be honest. But we are now presenting lethal. It's deeply frustrating that we haven't drawn a 4th land at any point in this game. Yep. So we can bounce, we can destroy that, then attack for 8. That isn't enough, unfortunately. I think we're going to have to go hunting with our Thunderclap. Okay, Fading Hope's a good one. So let's get that out the way. Let's manifest some more dread. Stubborn denial that. So they'll get their creatures out of that. So it's Poor Patch Foundation destroying their Yorion. Hits up another Oculus. Don't think we're going to get away with this here just because they drew so many Overlord of the Mistmoors. I think if they just had one less, we'd have been okay. Yeah. It's a close game, but couldn't quite get there, unfortunately. Because they had 3 of these, and we didn't ever have an answer to them. Yeah. Never mind. Close game, though. Okay, we've got some of our various bits here, so let's see what we can do with it. Swing and a miss. Not a Neoform, unfortunately. I don't think that was the right move. That's an instant, isn't it? So we'll pass the turn. Augur of Bolos. Still no Neoform to speak of. But it's fine, I'm quite chill. Bloodletter of Aclazots. Okay. No. Alright, we'll try again. You'd think I'd searched through enough stuff to be able to perhaps find it by now, but not to be. So we'll Thunderclap Trainer again. Whee! Now let's Neoform away one of these. Grab ourselves an Oculus. Say go. Manifest Dread. Okay, they did not like that one bit. So they're playing mono black with a lot of hand disruption. So we are kind of relying on getting around that. Don't mind into the flood more here. Or unable to scream. I think that is marginally better than traverse the Uvenwald. Actually, do I even need into the flood more here? I don't think I do. No, let's get. I think Fading Hope is enough. Test of Talents. Probably not. Tamio's Safekeeping. Do I want Maze Mind Tome, perhaps? Yeah, if they're going hard on discard, that's perhaps not the worst. We can put that in place of one of our Essence Fluxes. No, I think this is a ship. Oh, this definitely is. Okay. We suffered a bit from Mulligan-itis there. Maybe I should have kept the 7. It might have been a keepable hand. Not convinced that it was, though. If you don't draw a land in that situation, you're just in terrible, terrible straits. Oh well, there's 3 Phalange Archaeologists gone. Okay, well, we're facing down a pretty grim situation here. So we kind of need to be able to do all of the things in one turn here. So let's play Thunder Trap Trainer. Probably if they can kill it while the trigger's on the stack, even if I do find a Neoform. Yep. Yep, no, fair enough. We had to mulligan away our hands there, so we'll try again. Do I want anything different? Yeah, I will stick into the flood more here. Just to give us some tempo against their slashers if they do have them. Yeah, can't keep that, unfortunately. Don't really want to keep that one either, but yeah, it's got to go. Okay, this is not too bad, so we'll put back Thunder Trap and a land. Kind of just all in on strategy A here, and they've got hand disruption, so it doesn't matter. Okay, Maze Mind Tome can come down, and hopefully that will generate enough value. Okay, so they're on a sort of mono-black demons variant, which is fair enough. Yep, Phalange Archaeologist is good here. Take an Unable to Scream. That's a good answer to a unstoppable slasher if they have one. I wish they would leave my hand alone. Take 3. Yeah, I'll take Bushwhack. It's a good way of drawing a land. And we'll pass the turn here. Okay, they don't yet have removal for my Archaeologist, or they haven't used it at least. And I've got 5 cards in my graveyard. Unstoppable Slasher, sure thing. Well, that's going to become a doll. Now it is Unable to Scream. Still sadly only got 5 cards in graveyard, but our life total's not under a huge amount of pressure here, at least. So we'll go to 11. Sadly, this is exiled when it stops doing its thing. Okay, let's fire off a Thunderclap Trainer. Hopefully hit another Neoform. Yep. Yeah, I think let's do this straight away. There's no point waiting. They may well have removal, but... No, they do not. Okay, in which case, let's manifest some dread. Yeah, they're digging for something here. Did they find it, is the question. Not immediately, so let's attack with Oculus here. And we'll play another one. And this should be game. Oof. We like... Okay, that is that's all the Oculuses any one individual could want. Very good. Okay. Okay, we overcame some shaky hands there to win that match. It's not keepable either. Yeah, we're fighting some pretty tough draws here, I have to be honest. Now, I know this deck doesn't run a huge number of lands, so that is worth bearing in mind, but this has been very tough going. I think that's 3 games in a row we've had to mull to 5. Now, if we can successfully land an Oculus here, we're not in a bad place, but let's pass the turn again. Let's not attack with our naught-powered creature. This is not modern Tameo. Pop that back in our hand. Okay, well, we'll Philology Archaeologist again. Let's hit them with an Augur of Bolos. Still nothing? Okay. I'm a patient man, he says, whilst gripping the side of the desk. Get a traverse here. So they've got Nicol Bolas the Ravager. Oh, that's a bad miss. That feels rough. That does feel very rough. That feels quite rough too. So they're on Grixis control.
Throughout the multiverse, you have no weakness I cannot exploit.
Okay, well there's a Neoform. So we'll fire that off. Get ourselves an Oculus. Say go. Manifest some dread. Ditch a land here, I think.
Let your weak minds crumble.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's quite annoying, isn't it? Not hugely unhappy to lose my for them to lose their Bolos here the turn before it was going to flip. I think I am getting rid of another land here because I want to play around Shieldred's Edict. I don't like doing it, I have to say. I don't like being on two lands. Yeah, no, fair enough. We stumbled early on in that game and did not recover. So we want Disdainful Stroke, Mystical Dispute, Paw Patch Formation, Negate. So that's 5 cards we've put in. I think we can get rid of Bushwhack. We'll trim 1 Essence Flux and our Sata Wayfinders. Okay. Well, this protects our hand from removal as well, which is from hand disruption as well, which is good. So do we Philology Archaeologist here, or do we just chill and wait for a turn? I think... let's Philology. Go big or go home. Tasty 1-4. Because sadly, Stubborn, once they have 2 lands, Stubborn Denial on its own doesn't do much. Okay, Search for its Canter is just fine. So we'll attack for 1. Sack our Philology Archaeologist. Grab an Abhorrent Oculus. Manifest Dread immediately. And we got 6 cards in graveyard as well, which is Very nice. Yeah, I'm kind of okay with just sacking that, to be honest, in this situation. So we'll hit them for 6. We'll get another Abhorrent Oculus down. Trigger Manifest Dread twice. And then we do have Stubborn Denial for whatever they might try and do to us, so... Yep. So that should be game. Very good, okay. You can see how this deck can function. So it'll be a little tougher on the draw, I would imagine. So let's stick in Test of Talents for their various mass removal spells. Take out Paw Patch Foundation. It's not keepable, unfortunately. This is better. So we'll pop back Essence Flux at this point. Yeah, they can take our Tyvar stand here, but that's not the worst outcome, I don't think. Get a Philagi Archaeologist down. Start filling our graveyard. Okay, we'll take Tyvar stand back again. Croxer, eh? Okay. I'll ditch a land here. It's fine. Disdainful Stroke will be good at some point. Yeah, we'll take Fading Hope. Say go. Sure thing. I'll discard the Fading Hope here. Okay, Mystical Dispute will hopefully be good at some point. Could really do with a Neoform though, we are not finding it at the moment. But I've got Stubborn Denial, I've got Disdainful Stroke, I've got Mystical Dispute. Alright, let's protect one of our creatures here with Tyvar's stand. Do I want to get Oculus down? There are no counter spells to protect it, unfortunately. Yeah, we'll be able to manifest Dread off it anyway, so we will get at least some value off it, and another Oculus is a good manifestation of Dread, so we can hold out for a turn. Just draw some blooming land. Okay, Ash Shot by itself is not a concern. I don't know why they wouldn't mill themselves here, just because they could potentially get Croxer. Oh well, that's their choice, I suppose. Let's kill Ashiok anyway before they think of it. Traverse the Uvenwald for another land.
Your nightmares remain.
Manifest Dread again. So They've almost got the mana to flip Bolus. Okay, now they do, so that's going to be a problem. And they didn't attack, which is not a good use of Nicol Bolas there. If they're going to flip it, which they're not. Okay, that's fine by me. In which case, I will just chill. Attack with Oculus again. So there you go. I'm just getting infinite value off these Oculuses. And a third one. Okay, if only... So can these only be turned up at instant... I would assume those can only be turned up at instant speed. Turn face up. Oh no, you can turn it face up at any time. In which case... Let's do that at the end of their turn. And again. Okay, that was the wrong one, but you get the idea. I don't think we're losing this game anyway, so let's just manifest some more dread. We got a counterspell package here. Yeah, I don't know why they didn't flip Bolos. I don't think it would have won them the game, because we could have just killed it again, but... Yeah, interesting. Yeah, that felt powerful. The hands were a little uneven. It might need a little bit of adjusting from... It might need a couple more lands, to be honest. I think 18 is probably pushing it. But yeah, that felt like a much more reliable way of getting Oculus into play than trying to play it in the kind of fair way. And we did occasionally just cast it for its cost as well. Yeah, I like that a lot. That is powerful. Probably needs some tweaking. It is a relatively new deck to emerge, but yeah, Stubborn Denial was great, as it is always is when it's combined with a 4 or more power creature. Yeah, really good, really good. So let me know what you think in the comments. Here's the deck list one more time. Thank you very much for watching. As ever, like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.